What's going on, guys? We all good? Haven't done this in a while. Alright, let's get right into a pretty weak close at the end there, but pretty strong day overall. We held the gap up, which is very important, very bullish. We were kind of preparing you for this last Friday. We were waiting for a bounce. Everything was just a little overdone on the charts. 4 hour, 8 hours weekly RSIs were getting very, very low. So we warned you guys not to be in too many shorts, if any shorts at all. I personally wasn't in any puts over the weekend. What's up, Steve-O? How you doing? What's up, Ricky? And yeah, we got that huge gap up yesterday. We had the day off over here in the US, and Europe really rallied yesterday. So Europe showed a bunch of signals that we were going to rally today. So futures did gap up nice. We did open up nice, and we continued the momentum into regular trading hours, which was very important. What's up, Andrew? The move was very fast, in my opinion, but again, it's a bear market. These rallies are quick, they are violent, and you guys seen the 4 hours RSIs, they don't stay down there long. I told you guys this so many times last week. Just be very careful taking new short positions. As you guys see here, the 4 hour was oversold for a very long time on SPY, which is very unusual. You go back in history, you won't see another period that had 4 hour oversold for that long. That's why I was a little bit early in calling this rally. But I did reiterate my point this weekend, and the newsletter reflected it. If you guys haven't seen the newsletter, it's in the premium chat, only in My Stock Life, in the earnings newsletter column. What's up, Hardik? How you doing? And yeah, so pretty solid bullish day so far. The 4 hour did bounce. RSI has recovered from oversold levels. We are currently sitting at an RSI of 44, which is not too strong. Like, there's still room up for upside. Let's see what Powell says in the morning, and we'll go from there. What's up, Tonka? How you doing, brother? And QQQ led the way this morning. At the end of the day there, QQQ kind of faded while XLF showed a little more strength into the afternoon there. You guys see that 2 hours of strength, whereas QQQ was kind of fading down. So let's see if we get more rotation into banks to continue this rally. We need some more momentum into banks. Like I said in the chat, IWM, we called it out this morning. There was a couple of great opportunities in IWM today. I know a lot of people didn't really play long. The main thing about these bear market rallies is not to be short. It's not to long and try to hit home runs and get 200% call plays. It's to not be short when they do short squeeze, because those are very painful. And if you had puts for this week or next week, today pretty much ruined those puts. So that's what we try to avoid in bear markets, is to time it right, correctly. IWM, the opportunity was here. That's when I called it out as pre-market high. We came back, tested it. Time to get long, and then just ripped for like an hour straight. So that was one trade you could take in VIX. I personally didn't take that trade, but it was a very clear trade based on the QQQ from last week that we were hitting on Friday, I believe, where it was hitting the pre-market high, 235, 275.35 right here. So it was the same type of play where we just go down, we test the pre-market highs. It's obviously a bullish market with this big rip, pulled it back to the pre-market high, and then popped it again. Very easy trade. And look out for trades like that in the future, because those trades can go very quickly, 50, 100, 200%. This VIX, we wanted it below 30. It took all day to get below 30. Finally got below 30 at around 1 o'clock. Did not want to stay below there. And if you guys look at the daily, we're just setting higher lows, guys. So it's not that I'm bullish. I'm trying to keep people out of puts when it's the wrong time to buy puts. So if you guys see here, every single bear market rally has just resulted in a lower high. What we're looking for on VIX, if you want more downside on the market, is a higher high now. So we've been putting in higher lows. Sorry, guys, I said that wrong. I just realized it. We've been putting in higher lows on every single one of these bear market rallies, as you guys see here. This one, I'm seeing it go to around 26, 27 for that lower high. It can even come all the way down here to 21. I doubt it, but it's possible. Right now, my target for VIX is around 26, 27, which would put it right around these yellow lines here, just above there. So let's see if we get more of a VIX pullback. Market continues to bounce for a couple of days, maybe even a week. And then we'll see if we put in that lower high on the indexes for that final flush. So RUT was my key indicating Chart today, reason being in the morning, IWM was weak. We dipped right to that support that Kara gave me at 1680. Thank you, Kara, for making me watch this chart. It is very helpful. If you guys aren't watching, US 2000 is the 24-hour cash index, so you can watch it at all times. 1680 was important support. When SPY was rallying in the morning, when QQQ was rallying in the morning, IWM was not. IWM went straight down the first 10. You see this first 10-minute candle? QQQ on the first 10-minute candle went straight up. SPY on the first 10-minute candle went straight up. So it was one of the two things. IWM usually leads the market. Today it lagged the market. So we went down. I could tell right here that we were going to hold. We hit 1680 and we bounced hard. So that's how I use the rut. Basically tells me what the market's going to do. Sometimes just those levels were great today. SPX, I got a level at 3740, took that out. 3770, took that out, but we closed below. And the next level up is 3800, then 3840. So right now, I do expect a little bit more of a bounce. Does it come in a straight line? I don't know. Maybe they dip it down completely, suck in more bears tomorrow, and then they continue the uptrend. That's also definitely a possibility. But I don't think we'll go straight down from here. That's what I'm trying to say. It's very hard to play puts for me personally where we are right now. So I will wait, be patient on the puts. On the call side, I will play light, and I'll take profits quickly. Walmart, absolute banger on Friday. We called this out end of day. I wanted it ideally to close above 118.50. We did close below while I was opening up the post-market stuff. Didn't mind, obviously, this morning. Those calls opened up the same price I bought them for, 35 cents. They went all the way to 63 cents. So that's 80% in a day on Walmart, which is a big deal, guys. Walmart equity, 80% would have taken you like a decade. So take your gains when you got them. Don't be greedy, especially when the longer-term trend is still down. JPM here. Took some calls earlier. The reasoning for my calls was actually the 30-minute cloud and also this trend line. So if you guys look at this trend line, I know in premium chat I already sent it, but there's a weekly trend line here. Let's clean it up. Weekly trend line from the top here, touching all these resistances where we were rejecting. And then last week we actually back tested it and broke it. This week we closed back above it. And if you look at the 30-minute chart here, we tested it right here. And I got in a little bit early because of this cloud touch right here. I thought we were going to hold the 13 MA. We did take another candle down, but then right back above. And when you break a support or resistance and reclaim it, it's a very good sign. So we broke the 13 EMA, broke right back above it, and then we kind of closed nicely. I wanted to close ideally above the 200-day moving average, which is at 115.81. And we closed today at 115.83. So decent close. I mean, let's see what happens tomorrow. This is a strong trend line. If they do want to keep rallying the market, I think banks really have to get going. As you guys see here, it's a doji right on top of the trend line. Let's see what happens. I have no idea. Nvidia, clear rejection from the fib. I sent this in the newsletter, guys. It was, I sent in the premium chat as well. We just drew some fibs on here, and those are the levels I was using. And you guys seen right in the morning I sent Nvidia doesn't like this level. We went sideways holding it, tried again, didn't get through, hard rejection. And then end of the day we kind of pulled back pretty hard, lost the cloud, I believe. Yep. And we have to see what happens in tomorrow. Not ideal close, especially on Nvidia. Chips are very good market indicators. Google never lost that 30-minute cloud that Nvidia did, which is bullish. Google has that split coming in July. I still have the calls. I'm still holding some. And looking for these gaps, basically. I know everyone asks me for my levels on Google every single day, at least 6 times a day. First level is the 2256 level, which is a weekly level that I have here from all the way back in, is this 2256? Yeah. All the way back in May of 2021, we have pretty strong support here on the weekly, and that's where that 2256 number comes from. And then if you go into the daily, we have a bunch of gaps to fill. So the next gap to fill is to 2295. And then also we're going to have to deal with this 50-day moving average that's falling at 23.25. So those would be my 3 levels. Gap fill at 2256 weekly, 2295 gap fill, and then 23.25, the 50-day moving average on Google. Other than that, we have 4 weeks on those calls. If you followed me into those calls, there's 4 weeks left, and I do expect Google to run a little bit more. Trade of the week, TTD. I'm waiting for this entry still. I did not take it this morning. We had a big rip this morning on it. I didn't chase it. I'm never going to chase calls in a bear market, guys. I'll wait for it to come to me or I'll also miss the play. It's not a big deal. Weekly chart here on TTD. Very clear resistance. Very clear support. Very clear the 200-day moving average at 46.50, and it's been trying to defend it for almost 2 months now. The 46.50 level, that's the 200-day weekly. Go to the daily chart here, and I am waiting for a pullback. Actually, it's a cloud level. If you go to a 4-hour chart, I think it was a 4-hour. It was a 4-hour chart. Yeah, so the 4-hour chart, the cloud is at 46.74. As you guys see here, I put an alert earlier when the cloud was down there. I'm just going to move it up a little bit. And right there, 46.74 is where I want TTD calls for at least a week or two out. I do think this one runs a little bit just based on that 200-day weekly hold. It should bounce a little bit in my opinion. I don't like how it closed below the 200-day moving average, so I'll reassess it tomorrow. But other than that, that's one of my top watches for this week is this TTD if the market does continue to rally. Make sure you don't short at the wrong time, guys. Trust me, even a day like today would have ruined your shorts if you had bad timing. Other than that, I hope you guys made some money today. I know I did. Pretty solid day. Hit Walmart, hit JPM, and Google I'm not worried about at all. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for attending.